actions will be pending, those releases will be pending before the Supreme Court, yet Parliament will be delving into the matter. So I use the principle of sub judice to make ruling. And Mr. Speaker, we are speaking in public. We do not uphold grounds of appeal. You uphold appeal or you dismiss the appeal. So there is nothing like upholding grounds of appeal. Mr. Speaker, I base my ruling on the process that was put before me.
Honorable members, please, let's go back and refresh our memories. And when you get the facts right, this house is always there for you. We can come back to discuss this matter. In the meantime, we have to proceed on the business of the day. Because you are raising so many things, and now beclouding the initial issue that was raised, and I gave the directive. So let's refresh our memory, because it's been a long time, and I think that some of you are not getting the facts right. The public, they are listening to us, and they are getting more confused. I'm getting confused myself. And so I have to go and read the Hansard, because many of you are not fond of speaking the truth. Well, one of the things I hate in life is to tell lies. I'm being truthful and factual. We can audit the Hansard, and you see that I'm on all fours on this matter. Please, when they want to raise the issue, you say, oh, it's politics. I see politics is about speaking on truths. So please, let's go and refresh our memory on this matter. In the meantime, the business statement as presented is adopted. We have before us some students from some educational institutions visiting us. We have students from the University of Cape Coast. These are students being led by one of their lecturers by name Dr. Solomon Sika Bright. Sika. Am I right? Is it Sika? Sika, I think, is about money. And then he's bright. They definitely are coming from Cape Coast North, and they are 66 in number. Honorable members, you can see them just directly opposite me at the public. Minority leader, residents of students from the university. Please, on your, I want to welcome them and wish them a fruitful visit to the house. We have our staff that are ready to take you through some of the preliminaries of parliamentary work. So you are welcome, particularly the fact that you are studying international relations. We have a department now having international relations and parliamentary diplomacy. Maybe you may ask and get some guidance from them as what we do in that direction. Please, you may resume your seats. We have also students from SDA Senior High School. There are 64 in number, coming from Sunyani East constituency, and they are led by the senior house master, Mr. Abraham Owusu. Please, you are also warmly welcome, and take time to learn a few things before you go back. Sunyani is quite far, and make use of your presence here so that the investment that is made in bringing you here will not go to waste. You are welcome. Honorable members, let's move on to the next item. And I want to welcome you before I can open the floodgates for you to have this harmonious exchanges. And so I'll read a short statement to welcome all of you to this meeting. Honorable members, I warmly welcome you to the first meeting of the second session of the 9th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana, which formally commences today, Tuesday, 3rd February 2026, and scheduled to recess on the 27th of March 2026. The House, and indeed the nation, remains deeply grateful to Almighty God for the guidance, protection, and special grace He bestowed upon us. It is God and nothing else that enabled us to successfully conclude the first session of the 9th Parliament. By His providence, we are gathered here today, 1 year into the life of the 9th Parliament, with renewed sense of purpose and commitment to serve our dear nation and its people. Honorable members, it is my hope that the reason for a strenuous and focused business of this second session of the 9th Parliament. Honorable members, during the first session, Parliament made steady progress in the discharge of its constitutional mandate. Notable among our achievements were the orientation of new members, the constitution and operationalization of the committees of the House, and the consideration and passage of bills, constitutional and statutory instruments, as well as other essential parliamentary business. These accomplishments reflect the collective efforts of honorable members, parliamentary leadership, committees, officers of the parliamentary service, and civil society organizations. I want to take this opportunity to commend the leadership and all members and staff for your dedication and hard work. Notwithstanding these achievements, we also acknowledge with candor the challenges we encountered during the period under review. The first session tested us in many important ways. It tested our endurance and adherence to parliamentary discipline, our tolerance for different views, and our collective commitment to the traditions, customs, and conventions that sustain the democratic culture of Parliament. These trying moments invite us to reflect not merely on events, but on the standards we set for ourselves as custodians of the people's mandate. It is through such reflection that institutions learn lessons, mature, and become stronger. Accordingly, I wish to inform the House that the Speakership, together with leadership of the House, is planning to observe the one-year anniversary of the inception of the 9th Parliament. This event will provide an opportunity for deeper introspection into the operations, conduct, and the lived experiences of the first session of the 9th Parliament, with a view to distilling lessons to guide the work and conduct of business during the second session. The date for this observance and the detailed program outline will be communicated to honorable members and the public in due course. Let me underline, honorable members, that this occasion will be institutionalized at the commencement of each session to serve as a means of taking stock of the conduct and performance of Parliament during the preceding session and to enable us to take measures to guard proceedings in the session that follows. The past year was also marked by moments of deep sorrow and grief for the entire nation. This House was affected. The House lost 3 distinguished colleagues. Honorable Murtala Mohammed, Member of Parliament for Tamal Central, Honorable N.S. Yakumi, Member of Parliament for Akotia, and very recently, Honorable Naza Turi Mahama, Member of Parliament for Ayawaso East. The earlier ones, we observed a mini silence. Today, I'll allow a statement to be made to give us the opportunity to do the same for the latest, that is Honorable Naza Turi Mahama. In the meantime, with your kind permission, may their souls rest in perfect peace in the bosom of the Almighty God. The passing of these patriots is a solemn reminder of the fragility of life and the sacrifices inherent in public service. Their departure therefore calls upon us to uphold compassion, solidarity, mutual support, and love for one another, even as we engage in robust debate to make our lives in this world a better experience. While differences of opinion are natural in every democratic parliament, respect for one another, love and unity of purpose must always hold sway over hatred and bitter partisanship. Honorable members, the second session, and particularly this meeting, presents us with a demanding legislative and oversight agenda. By the provisions of Order 47 of the Standing Orders of Parliament, the Clerk to Parliament is enjoined to send to each member a copy of the agenda of the meeting. This meeting offers us a renewed opportunity to strengthen cooperation, build consensus on matters of national importance, restore and sustain public trust and confidence in Parliament through disciplined, transparent, and accountable conduct. It is my hope that honorable members will rise above partisanship when circumstances require us to do so. We should uphold the dignity of this House and work collectively to advance national development and improve the lives of our people. With these words, I wish all members a peaceful, productive, and purposeful deliberations during this meeting. We have a blessed Parliament and a blessed country. Let us cherish and preserve them. I thank you all for your attention. I will now give opportunity to your leaders to also say a few words of welcome to all of you, starting with the minority leader.
Right Honorable Speaker, my dear colleagues, this afternoon we reconvene in this Honorable House to confront uncommon challenges facing our Republic. At home, our people struggle for employment. Abroad, Ghana's voice faints as traditional friends turn their back on us. In such times, Parliament must recall its purpose. We sit not for comfort, but to serve a nation's weary with unmeant promise. Mr. Speaker, before we turn to the nation's business, let me pause, just as you did, to mourn our colleague, Honorable Mahama Torre Nasser, Member of Parliament for Ayawasu East. Now to his grieving family, constituents, and the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, and every member of this august House, I extend deepest condolences on behalf of the minority caucus. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Mr. Speaker, on our part, the minority, our party's delegates have spoken. Through vibrant democracy, our party has chosen His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia to lead us into the future. Mr. Speaker, I am happy to say that this morning the caucus extended warmest congratulations to the flag bearer, and we promised to work with him and stand shoulder to shoulder with him to deliver on his vision for our party and for our country come December 2028 elections. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, our conversation with him has energized us. We spoke as family about the formidable task ahead, earning the trust of Ghanaians and returning to power to rebuild and restore Ghana under Dr. Bawumia presidency. Mr. Speaker, let me take this opportunity to say to our distinguished sons of our party, Honorable Kennedy Japan, Honorable Dr. Braina Champon, Honorable Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, and Engineer Kwabna Eje Japan, we offer a brotherly salute. The contest is over, collaboration begins. Mr. Speaker, we as minority are clear that the unity that demands our work in this very chamber requires us to to be rigorous, it simply means that collective good of our country and party must be the overriding objective. And we also thank the National Democratic Congress for the statement they issued acknowledging the peaceful election we held. Our flag bearers' first great task and ours start this very hour. The journey to begin 2028 begins with the very first step we take together right now. Mr. Speaker, Ghana is crying out for bold, competent, proven leadership. The current administration, in our view, is failing to manage our economy with transformation in mind, failing to inspire confidence, failing to uphold the dignity of our people. But our duty as a minority is not merely to critique. The New Patriotic Party is not just a political option. It is a singular solution Ghana requires. Mr. Speaker, the records will bear us out. We show that for 8 years under President Kufuor and under President Akufo-Addo's leadership, we led Ghana towards transformation until COVID struck. Against all odds, we put Ghana back on the path of recovery. Indeed, the NDC offers much more PR gimmick than proper management. The MPP offers a proven blueprint. History will ask what will build when Ghana needed us most. The solution is here, and the solution is us. Mr. Speaker, it is also with profound joy that we welcome back to this House our honorable colleague, Honorable Matthew Nyindam, Member of Parliament for Pandai, to his rightful place. The Supreme Court has spoken with constitutional authority, validating his election and restoring justice. This is a resounding triumph for democracy itself. We hail the justices for their courage in the face of brazen attempt to stampede them into politically expedient miscarriage of justice. This House has urged institutional restraint, as we did with the bogus processes that, in our view, forced the Chief Justice, Justice Arabe Sabote Kunu, out of office. But our colleagues opposite chose to speed up the process, which we again oppose. Mr. Speaker, let this be our pledge. We shall model maturity, eschewing hasty suspensions that invite chaos. In restraint lies our strength, in haste our humiliation. Outside this chamber, the story is harsher. A nation without two important ministers. It has been months since the tragic helicopter crash took our ministers for defense and environment. Those vital ministries remain substantive leadership. The ministers. Last November, 6 young women died in a stampede at Elwak Sports Stadium during recruitment. When a country turns a recruitment gate into graveyard, it is a government that has failed our youth. On food, farmers complain of losses, while families struggle with high prices. When food rots in villages, while children sleep hungry in towns, the problem is policy and logistics. Meanwhile, government says that inflation has come down. Our farmers have always carried Ghana on their shoulders with respect to food security in the country. Unfortunately, 2025, farmers were faced with lack of agricultural inputs. Fertilizers, certified seeds, and agricultural machinery distributed to farmers were woefully
Honorable Minority Leader, I'm sorry. I have to move to another meeting.
Sure.
So the first Deputy Speaker will take the chair.
Minority Leader, you may continue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'll take it again. Our farmers have always carried Ghana on their shoulders with respect to food security in the country. Unfortunately, in 2025, farmers were faced with lack of agricultural inputs, fertilizers, certified seeds, and agricultural machinery distributed to farmers were woefully inadequate. The food glut challenge we witnessed in 2025 must also be properly addressed. Mr. Speaker, we expect the government to ensure that adequate warehouses are provided and that all warehouses that were started by the previous administration must be completed in good time. Mr. Speaker, again, our cocoa farmers are crying for payment. We hereby urge the Ministry of Agric and the Ministry of Finance to take steps to ensure that our hard-working cocoa farmers are paid for all supplies that they make to cocoa board. Mr. Speaker, in our country today, gold has turned to ghosts. The hardship is not accident. It is the consequence of choices, including those that threaten our collective wealth as a nation. During the recess, not one but two distinct gold scandals rocked the very foundations of our economy, revealing a pattern of staggering incompetence and catastrophic failure. First, Mr. Speaker, we confronted the missing millions. The IMF published a report and flagged 240 million losses through the third quarter 2025 from Gold for Reserves program. These were not hypothetical risks. These were realized losses, lost to trading shortfalls and questionable fees. This sum is not an abstraction. It is classrooms never built, hospital equipment never procured, farm inputs never graded. It is the future of our nation sacrificed on the altar of opaque and reckless financial engineering. But this situation did not end with the missing money. It escalated to vanishing gold itself. Official Bank of Ghana data confirms a collapse to so severe that it defies belief. Our gold reserves, which stood at 37.1 tons in September 2025, plunged by nearly 50% to near 18.6 tons by December. In just 3 months, we witnessed the utter evaporation of prior gains, financial phantom event that has left our national balance sheet dangerously exposed. The connection between these two catastrophes is not incidental. It is a causal and speaks to profound moral failure. On one hand, this government has proven utterly incompetent in combating the scourge of illegal mining. Galamsey prevention and the fight against Galamsey has been abandoned. It has allowed Galamsey to flourish unchecked, devastating our forests, poisoning our rivers, and destroying the livelihood of our farmers. And for what purpose? The evidence suggests a desperate, cynical strategy to source gold from these very destructive channels in a frantic bid to prop up Ghana city through these reserve programs. Mr. Speaker, we, the minority, state without equivocation that this is a policy of national self-sabotage. I repeat, the gold reserve policy that government has introduced, to the extent that government is not taking steps to ensure full enforcement of anti-Galamsey operations, we say for the record that it's a policy of national self-sabotage. We are monetizing the destruction of our environment and the theft of our future to feed failing financial scheme. And as the data now proves, that scheme itself has backfired catastrophically. The gold bought at such great costs to our environment has seemingly vanished, and the money allocated to secure it has evaporated. When gold is turned to ghosts, the ghost that haunts the poor is hunger. When reserves disappear in millions and they vanish, and we are told that they are rather diversifying, the trust of the people dissolves into dust. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, this House has a solemn and non-negotiable duty. We must insist on full, transparent, and immediate accounting. And we thank Mr. Speaker for admitting the motion by the minority to get into this matter. We must demand answers to the questions the nation is asking. Who designed this flawed program? Who authorized the pricing and the fee structure that led to such losses? Who profited from these transactions? And ultimately, who bears responsibility for this double disaster of missing millions and vanishing gold? But as a minority, we have some solutions for government. If indeed government believes that this is a policy worth considering, then it must